Okay, so quick spoiler. The God of Highschool already had their anime opening like 3 years ago, and it looks pretty good, and it spoils the entire season, which is actually pretty hilarious when I took a look at it. However, I'm only going to spoil what I can in season 1. And on top of that, same rules apply. 20 words or less for each chapter episode, and everything on top of that is golden. So without further ado, this is part 1 of spoiling the God of Highschool Season 1. Jesus powers. Mori Jin gets invited to Smash Ultimate, refuses unless defeated, gets defeated, and begins his road to glory. Second MC works to help his bestie from illness, gets invited to Smash Ultimate, says yes to cure bestie. I found this to be a pretty chill bromance. Pretty sad though. Third MC likes strong dudes, only to pass down her bloodline. Also gets invited to Smash to find strong seed. Back to Mori, confirming all Smash invites. Next day, Mori encounters others in cliché event before heading to the stadium. Jesus hand and Obama. Stadium packed, Mori and Dewi become allies. Executives debate who will win. And the heel power system explained. Everyone fights now. Everyone can see each other's power level. Mori helps out and doesn't like one dude. The jerk has power. Round 1 ends, Mori barely makes it. 3 mains head the same way home. Mini explanation of super heels, and biker gang fight results in forming more friendship. Round 3 for top 32 next. The start of the battle with these guys. Jerk shows his style of taekwondo. Jerk's backstory and the styles of taekwondo. And how second dude goes down despite trying his style, which was deflected. One-sided brawl. Backstory sprinkles? And Mori had enough, so he intervenes the match. Surprisingly, Mori's power level is higher. Mori halted by executives. More backstory to Jerk, which powers him up. Mori finishes him off with saying bye. Executives talk about lore of the Ultimate Fighter. Side character with a baseball bat gets introduced. Executives fight on their break until their higher up stops them. Mujin interacts with Mori and feels soft for honesty. Next day, next match. Mira wins with her Shigure Soenru illusion form to force the opponent to forfeit. Next, Dowie vs Suncho. Backstory for Suncho. First, then cut to the start of the fist versus baseball fight. Both opponents show their fighting skills on the ring. Suncho wants to wrap up fast, and so does Dowie. Dowie shows his first 3 stages of his fighting skill. That was enough to beat Suncho down. SWAT finds Gramp Goku. Gramp talks to Mori. Executives discuss to keep Mori in the tournament. Mori losing equals motivation. More Gramp lore. Mori left alone, goes to find food, ate a fruit, and released Oldie that wants to kill. Oldie explains to Mujin. Mori wakes up late for the next match. Still fights as his body is boiling. First match, but wait! There's an underground lore fight and more on Devil Fruit. Executive Q unleashes his persona. Match over. Executive R tells how Q got his ass beat. Mori recovers. Oldie has no clue who Mori is. Gramps gets confronted by a cult. Remember when this was just Smash Bros, the anime? Mira's family relations mix with a guy who is a henchman for the cult to only get Mira's sword. Mira is tied to pay her uncle's debt with marriage. Dewi develops. Mori crashes the arranged wedding to save Mira. Mori tries convincing her only family arrives to nail it home. They can find other financial means to live. Mira says no, gets attacked by Guy, beats Small Peepee down, and walks off with her buds. Next match. Oh. Semifinals. Dewi knew Mira's injury to end match. Mori mad. Dewi doesn't tell Mori that he's winning for his bro. Regret. Next match. Mori shows more of his re-taekwondo moves and wins. Dewi asks for help for the next match. Backstory while training. Dewi fights to keep his best bro alive, even if he kills Mori in the next match. Mori checks Mira, then Dewi. Executives guess who will win while also introducing the other winners of other divisions. Mori storms with attacks, stopping to give a hand. Dewi begins his stage attack, only to be countered. Dewi does dirty boxing. Mori also fights back, but gets caught off guard by Dewi's next stage attack. Dewi prepares ultimate, Mori struggles to stand, and round ends in draw. Meanwhile, no time left for bro. Healing for round 2. Dewi uses his technique again. Mori cancels it and wins. Dewi hears his bro is gone on top of his loss. Never mind! Round 3. After being beaten again, Mira comes with bro's last message. Final motivation, just win for fun. Final memory with the fight continuing. With his original move, and makes a friend. Very feels end. Wait, that's it? Really? For all of whatever season 1 is? Well, I would like to first humbly apologize for taking so long for doing spoilers galore, since I've also had other stuff in the making. And on top of that, I just found out a couple of new editing tricks, so there was that. And the other issue was, in Go, for instance, it's a little bit longer than Tower of God, so personally, looking at the whole series and trying to reread it again, I realized that I don't think I would do an hour-long video on my own. And because I found out these like new editing tricks for the fighting styles, it just kinda took a lot longer than I expected. And on top of everything else, I just didn't realize how long it would take fully to make it in 20 words or less, or at least try to, while also being memey about it. There are less memes than like what Tog had. And on top of that, I was going back into streaming, so yeah, on top of everything together, I just decided to slap this one into 10 minutes, but it's going to be in parts, which isn't too bad. And now I would say that I will give out a little bonus spoiler, and I'll give out the little timestamp to skip. I will say that this one is mostly into season 2, like the end of season 1, so yeah, that will probably be part 3. Okay, spoiler warning gone. Well, I've heard the news of the meme of Sesshomaru and the spin-off and how people are memeing who he fricked during it, but I'm over here like a little bit forgetful and then remembered, oh yeah, when did Mira frick to get her kid? Or was she even in control of her body at the time? Because in part 3, there's something that was overtaken her and she's not herself anymore. So that made me a little upset. But knowing that she also got a good seat and fricked, it kind of just went over my head for a little bit after rereading a bit of season 1 onwards from where I left off. Okay, and I think that would be it for that spoiler. Whoops. But hey, at least that gives you a slight tease of what's going to come in the near future. And that's all I have to say. Leave a comment below which episode was your favorite most of all. And tell me what other types of webtoons that you would like to hear me spoil. At least in a short amount of time as possible. With that being said, this will be to be continued at part 2. And not to mention, thanks for watching.